writing and moved from being a scientist to a romance author was because literally I ran out of books to read. I used to read romance novels in order to sort of break up the very dry scientific reading that I was doing day in, day out. And so one day I came home, could not find a book that I hadn't already read. And so I just sat down and wrote one, and I actually wrote it purely to entertain myself. It wasn't intended to be published or anything like that. I just sat down and wrote it to keep myself amused. After I put the kids to bed, I sat down, fired up the computer and wrote. And at the end of that, I found, well, you know, I had a book, something that looked like a book, seemed all right to me, so I sent it off, and lo and behold, that became my first book. A lot of people don't understand that you can go from something that is so very, very, I suppose people think of it as left brain or whatever it is. Science is very hard and factual, and then you go into something like fiction. But in actual fact, the elements that you use in both are very much the same. How my previous life impacts on my present life. And in actual fact, when I sat down and wrote down all the things that, as a scientist, I had to do, all the duties and so on, I was the head of a research laboratory, and they are very, very similar. Writing grant proposals is very much similar to writing the proposal for a book. They're both called proposals for good reason. They're both fiction when they start off, because you're talking about something that doesn't exist. And in science, that's what you're talking about, something that doesn't yet exist. You're hypothesizing it exists, and how you're going, and then you're then saying how you're going to prove it. With a book proposal, you're again hypothesizing something that doesn't exist, and it's fictionalizing, and you're trying to convince your editor how you can make this work and work it into a satisfying read. So they're not all that much different.